Dear curiosity minds, in this video you have clear idea about conference and the journal publication and what is the time duration to publish the conference paper and conference proceeding and conference book chapter and conference conference approach to conference through journal general publication, and along with what is the journal and what is the journal publication, how many types, and the publication during the time. The entire things are you will learn about in this video. Then the the outline of the entire video, what is the conference timeline and what is the publication timeline and publication platforms, and what does the how does publication conference publication approach, and what is the conference timeline from submission through from submission to until publication comes outline online. Then what is the difference between what is the conference, how many types, and what is the significant factors are there, and generally how many types of conferences are there. Then what is the open access, how many types are there, generally three types. How does your paper will be submission from step submission 1 to step 1 to until evaluation and indexing through either preprint or postprint or published papers. And what is the difference between conference paper and general paper? Then how does you write this is the conference approaching way, this is the general approaching way. Then how many review types are there? Okay. Then what is the after publication, after conference proceeding, after conference you already appeared and presenting your paper in conference. Then how does the paper will approach from submission through finally published, either book chapter approach, either book approaching approach. Then they either pre-conference approach, there are two types are there, pre-conference and post-conference proceedings are there. Then input, process, and finally what go the output. Then what is the ISBN here. Then what is the indexing practice are there, and then what is the publication timeline and general submission procedure from author to journal archive. Then what is the journal publication workflow. Then what is the indexing database are maintaining, and what is the key factors to article citation, your published articles, and what is the difference between either review factors, PhD thesis, conference paper, and general title. Finally, thank you. At right now we are going to the slide 1. My name is Bose Babu Sambana. Right now we are going through conference timeline. The conference timeline, your submission through publication platforms. If you want to publish your platform through IEEE, Springer, Francis and Taylor Sake publication, elsewhere Hyundai and Whale, MDPA, IVP publication, Nature. This is the one of the finest publication platforms. If you want to publish your paper, the organizing chairs are approach to Springer and any other conferences publication mode. Then this publication platforms give the publication support, and the organizing chairs are go through entire conference approaching. Then if the organizers and the conference websites through they accept they received from papers from your end. Then this is the D is equal to day 1. This is a particular timeline, how much time to be taken from day 1 to day, and here it taken nearly 60 or 90 days during the time from submission to ending the process. Initial days they give conference chairs give the organizers and honorary chairs are give the 60 days during the time. Then early bird registration also done. initial case. Then abstract submission deadline nearly 30 days. After, if you get say acceptance from your paper through significant reviewers, blended review, double blended review. Generally 7 types of reviews are there already viewed. Generally payment, if your paper is accepted, then payment already done by you. Laterally go through publication full chapter submission. Laterally then in conference program presentation done. Laterally finally conference date you are presenting either major review or minor review. Minor review already reviewed at initial time. Laterally the presentation time they will give major review. After that review they give qualitative input from your end to submit publication publication chairs publication chairs to publication platforms. Okay, this is the conference timeline. This is the publication timeline, that means general publication timeline of publication process for indexed journals and indexed international journals, Scopus, Web of Science, Copernicus, DOIJ, Google Scholar, etc. Initially, those who are planning to publish conference through journal. This is the approach. Rather, if you want to send a paper through journal directly, initial days, if you know every journal it's have own functionality to maintain the entire journal, either monthly and periodically they maintain the journals. They why because the why because when they are registering ISSN, then automatically they give approval for their publication time, either periodically time, 1 month, 2 month, by month, quarterly, yearly, half yearly, like like this. Laterally you submit the paper, then it's taken to initially plagiarism check is accepted, then go to revision process. After revision process your article process is good by their by give the significant results from authors, reviewers, from journals also proceeding to journal recommendation to give the acceptance. Either if you either article processing charges taken by journal or free journal, paid journal or non-paid journal, then which one you are choosing this journal, then laterally go to the author confirmation and concern for deadline, finally timeline for publication, finally second review process are completed, then only publication come outline. This is the general timeline, general publication timeline. Then now we are going to the mm, conference timeline. You know that initial day submission day to until publication day, this is the flow of conference publication, conference organizing and publication flow of this mechanism. Next, the publication platforms are already there. Then if you want to publish your paper in conference proceed in conference, the conference structure will be published either various factor. If you want to, if your paper the others the significant organizers are plan to publish your paper through conference publication, either conference proceeding or books, abstract book or special issue. Abstract book comes through ISBN. Abstract book comes ISBN. Here ISBN means Indian International Standard for Book Number, and through proceedings also give the ISBN. And some of the journals are give, some of the conference are going through conference through going through journal. That type of publication comes under special. The publication comes under a special issue. They give unique number for publication, either abstract book, proceeding and a special issue, whatever it may be. Completely the paper will identify through DOI. Yeah, DOI document object identifier. Some cases are another things are already there. EOI electronic object identifier. Some publication, some of the conferences are going through published or their papers, the proceedings papers, special issue. The special issue comes under ISSN. The which journal they are publishing, then automatically journal ISSN comes the special issue. volume, special issue, and special issue and year also come. Okay, then this is the publication platforms. The conference chairs appear to this channel. These conference sessions are going to conduct a conference most per publishing manner, either minor review, major review, whatever it may be. Finally, until publication comes under through publishing companies. This is the major publication companies. Okay. Next, you know that conference timeline. Generally, what is the conference? Generally, conference is a meeting of two or more expert or professionals are to discuss anything like subject talk or any other professional talks or scientific talks or whatever it may be, and they exchange their opinions and new information about their particular topic or different topic, whatever it may be. Generally, this is called as a conference. You know that conference are categorized into various factors. First one, virtual conference, and generally virtual conference, hybrid conference, one day conference, multi-day conference, yearly conference, press conference, and workshop conference. Okay, you know that generally conference are categorized into various categories based on their requirement, then operational procedure based on their needed. Generally, they are following based on factors. Generally, these are categorized into different types of conferences are there. Those are conference can include variety of events such as roundtable conference, workshop conference, and workshop conference. Some of the papers are like IEEE workshop or a symposium like this, and lecture notes, Springer lecture notes like this, etc. Depending on what you want to achieve with your conference, you might find it useful familiarization yourself with different types of conferences. Those are conference and generalized into various factors. First one, conference, symposium, seminar, and colloquium, and workshop and roundtable. Each one it's have own organizing capability, own organizing functionality, own organizing, and give the qualitative results based on their organizer interest, organizer requirements. For conferences, there you know that actually hybrid conference, hybrid online conference, physical conference are mode, platform mode. But generally virtual conference, one day conference, 2 day conference, and multi-dimensional multi-day conferences, yearly conferences, that means annual conferences. First international conference, second international conference, first national conference, like that. Okay, this is the what is the conference general meaning. And what is the symposium? Technical symposium. Generally, technical symposiums are going through IEEE technical symposiums all going on. The Spanish and Portuguese studies and Indian and international symposiums are going on. And what you know that seminars, technical seminars are there. Generally, technical seminars are going through invited talks like that. Next, colloquium means it gives the police history. That means the term to indicate that both traditional conference and the conversational seminar, that means colloquium and the privilege to accept the debate. The general topic means latterly you know that government workshops and private workshops like this. Workshops generally taken mutual proceedings of different kinds of environment, like technical workshop and theoretical workshop and knowledge based workshop and practical workshop like this. These are already those are which do you want to apply? Some of the institution, private or public institutions, also giving the publication funding. They've raised the fund for contribute your significant research to useful someone. In the way, government also giving the funding. I will give the separate video for this. Okay. And round table, the round table means generally they are discussing significant and current discussing topic and various factors. Okay, if you know the before going to the conference or workshop and whatever it may be, these are generally types of conferences. Then before going to the conference, you must know the on time and venue. Time is the very significant and remarkable factor. Why? Because without time, without timeline, without time, we do not do anything. Why? Because publication process is there, registration process is there, and where is the where we are planning to conduct either online mode or offline mode, like this. Next, speak in general online and hybrid. Generally both ways are gone. Hybrid modes are there. Generally speakers and keynote speakers, generally known as keynote speakers and chairs. Chairs generally organizing chairs and publicity chairs, session chairs, and internationally chairs and advisory chairs, like this. Generally chairs and financial matter, budgetary, and how much expensive totally organizing the conferences, like how much term amount will be received from external funding sources or supporting our sponsors, whatever it may be, and registration came from authors, whatever it may be, like this. Okay, registration from authors, budgetary either funding sources or non-funding sources, either call for papers from authors, either academic authors or industrial authors and scientific authors, whatever it may be. Those are called authors. Next, technical assistance to conduct the technical support, either conducting online mode or offline mode, whatever it may be. And lunch and hospitality means who are attending physical mode, they give the hospitality lunch and breakfast and no breakfast, lunch and snacks and tea, whatever it may be, it's taken. And hospitality also lodging and boarding also, lodging also available based on their who are coming from outside or remote areas. Okay, then distance areas. Yes, initially when they are registered in their conferences, then that day the registration form, everything is available. Who are interested to travel, who are not, who are coming from other sources, who are coming, who are want to stay and presenting their work in the particular time, like this. And program schedule is too different, too important. Why? Because entire thing, entire thing, everyone want to know how many, which day, which time, which day, which factor, which thing they are going to particular time. This is the factor. And validatory function, integration function, keynote sessions, everything done this session. And the conference pack means publication pack or general kit, conference voucher or bag, and other goods like this pen and pen drive, whatever it may be. And books also sometime given, like this. And certificates also given after after presenting, like this. Pre and post conference proceedings, like pre and post conference proceedings, like mm, pre and post conference proceedings, like pre publication, post publication, finally publication comes online. Okay, next, open access publishing. Here, if you want to publish your article, either open access mode or non-open access mode. Open access mode, you are a researcher. Your researcher decided to publish, where to publish, either open access general or subscription based general. Open access general, you pay article processing charges by you. Then immediate open access via publication comes, your paper becomes online immediately, particular during the time. It's taken time, nearly general time, like after review, whatever it may be, finally comes outline through processing charges, generally called paid generals or article processing charges. Okay, another way, publish in a subscription based generals. Generally subscription based generals, subscription based generals. Subscription based general institutional taken subscription, or institution or universities or any other things are taken subscription from their um, from funding sources through taken subscription, then automatically they log in and give the funding through publication. Generally search for OER respiratory, open access respiratory, and giving the self-achieve respiratory final publication policy immediate delayed. Why? Because if their funding are accepted, if their funding are accepted, then immediately publication grant given the subscription based environment, then immediately publication comes. Otherwise it is delayed based on embryo period required. Embryo period means 2 years, minimum 2 years. It's taken 2 years based on the general publication and scope policy that give publication times minimum 2 years. After completion of embryo period, the publication comes online. The type of journal called paid, non-paid journals, unpaid journals. Another one, hybrid journals. Hybrid journals pay article processing if required. If the journals accepted and give the qualitative input from your end, their end, this is a good work. Then finally, they pay the acceptance funding from another resources. Finally, come immediate access by open access through publication. This is the open access publication, either golden open access route, either green open access route, either normal open access route. Okay, then if you want to submit your paper, generally go through either preprint or postprint or published. Everyone knows the publication channel, but before publication channel, without review, your paper will come publication or online, generally called as preprint. Some of the preprints also there, Cornell University, and so many articles are there. Uh, so many publication platforms also there. Easier also there. Okay, next here, round drafting information feedback can always be shared green open access repository at any time. Why? Because no review system is there. Already published already the significant work done by you. If you want to review someone else, then immediately post there your work in easy preprint, easy share preprint, or IEEE preprint, or elsewhere preprint, whatever it may be. Springer also given the platform preprint. Work in progress submitted version. Laterally submitted to the journal peer review. Later author corrections. There comes postprint. The postprint means author accepted manuscript. Finally, that is generally called as camera ready proof. Okay, can always be shared in a green open access repository system. Here, self-achieving repository. Okay, sometimes after the embryo period, 2 years, minimum 2 years embryo period. After that, copy edited, transferred, typeset, formatted, then finally it comes output like online publication versions, record, PDF, HTML, XML, and from DOI, document object identifier. Okay, from journal. Sometime twist taken cross ref EOI object, electronic object identifier can usually can usually only be shared if published by a golden open access or hybrid journals. Okay, if you want to submit your paper through conference or journal, whatever it may be, initially processes submission, later in-house screening and peer review journals and production stage and publication stage, finally evaluation and indexing. You know that you must know that every article published in Scopus indexed journal, but not give the indexing from Scopus, from Scopus or anything. Why? Because if your article gives the qualitative work like English grammar, sentence and background work and taken respiratory, metadata respiratory citations, it's taken the significant backup work, then they give the qualitative backup 6, finally give the non respiratory system, finally give the output. Okay, then comes submission. Author submit their article or manuscript through the journal or conference platform. Then then editorial content check, either it is published article or not, either it is formatted or not, either it is template based or not. Then laterally check plagiarism check, either authenticate, Turnitin and plagiarism check, Grammarly, whatever it may be. Laterally go through peer review. Peer review. Generally, you know that peer review categorized into 7 types: single blinded peer review, double blinded peer review, and open peer review, and collaborative peer review, and third party peer review, and post publication peer review, and cascading peer review. Okay, based on this peer review, the generals peer review by editorial board are scientific committees and technical committees review by review, give the reviewers give the comments, and author also give the automatically response. Author give the response based on review report. Finally, acceptance or rejected based on their factor. Either this is mechanism done through. I will explain all those things either here and journal articles here. Okay. Then production stage, copy editing and e-proofing and formatting, typesetting, approval by gallery, PDF format, document object, document DOI, document object identifier generation, material conversion to such as PDF, a full text, HTML, RSS feeding also there. And this is the API integration also done in this session. Finally, publication article and conference process papers are published as open access under the CC BY license, generally CC BY 40. And actually these type of license are Creative Commons license are categorized into 7 types. CC BY non-shareable license, Creative Commons non-shareable license here. Then a evaluation indexing, after that publication comes submitted by evaluation international indexing company, international indexing platform, either elsewhere Scopus, collaborative analysis like web of science group means ESA, SEI, SEI, and UGC approved journals, and finally Google Scholars, like that. Okay, discoveries servers such as Scopus and Web of Science and SEI journals also, SEI indexing. Okay, then you know that what is the significant difference between how to write a and how to map and how to identify. This is the what is the difference, what is the conference paper, what is the journal paper. Here abstract, first from conference through abstract, keyword and research purpose and research approach and results and conclusion and references appendices if required. This is the structure of the conference paper. Someone to write their own way, it is not acceptable. Some in the way they are not accepting indexing. Here they followed international evaluation standards. This is the very important factor to write the paper. And reference also too important. Why? Because they based on their references, citations also required. Key article, if you are required article, either backward citation searching and forward citation searching. This article, which one you are taken references, then they check their internally, either Warner referential list of key article, either Walder article, Raspatory, non-Raspatory cited reference and past reference research ideas, and on which their key which the key article is based, either mapping, that means article mapping, key mapping. Okay, key mapping in general comes under general paper. They flow like abstract, keyword, acknowledgement and introduction and literature survey, research methodology, results and discussion and conclusion, recommendations, references and appendices if required. And sometimes usually also given future enhancement and conclusion and future enhancement, like that. Okay, this is the structure of the conference paper and general paper. You know that generally 7 types of reviewers are there: single blinded review, double blinded review and open peer review. open peer review from open peer review very much used in preprints, and collaborative peer review very much useful in conference researches. Third party review useful in based on general approach, and generally it's taken by publishing, it's taken like book reviews. Generally post publication peer review means it's taken beta versions like this. And cascading peer review, so general rejects the paper, but some cases it gives the significant output to with general suitable to with this work suitable to another journal. If you doing some changes in your end, then submit your some other ways like this. Okay, generally 7 types of research, and this is the flow. Author submit manuscript. Author submit your manuscript through manuscript for consideration, either options, either publication preprint base or post print base. If you want to publish your article in preprint, then here submit through publication channels, like journal channels, whatever it may be, Springer, elsewhere, easy chair, and not no, so many open access preprints are there. It is available in widely available in social platform also. It mention, it give the DOI and EOI also. Then author wants to submit their article into journal, then it directly sent to the platform like journal or conference platform, then automatically checks it is the good one or not. Then staff screen the policy, either ethics, publication ethics, and research ethics. Then plagiarism also checks is if they are not disclosed here. If you want to check publish your paper, then publication platform also there send one thing dialog box also appear like copy editing, and there you must tick terms and conditions like this. The terms and conditions you must follow general guidelines and COPE guidelines and plagiarism policy also, and copy editing policy also. General academic editor make a initial assessment to determine whether the sending paper for review or not, it is suitable paper or not. It verifies thoroughly, then send to the author option to post the review history. If initially going to the paper review, it completely checks this article either submit this journal or any other platform. If their platform, if their journal appear in database in their any somewhere else, then automatically rejected. Okay, laterally peer reviews, otherwise peer review process are done, finally give the output, they goes to author options. Finally review output comes acceptance, then give the general office paper manuscript for publication, otherwise rejected, automatically give the decline. And finally publication articles, then post review publication already there. Then if you are publishing an article through conference, everyone, some cases you don't know, there generally conference process going on, two factors: pre-conference mode and post-conference mode. Pre-conference mode, if the conference session chairs and conference organizing chairs and conference chairs wants call for abstract completely blinded review, completely checks through review, either blinded review or any other 7 types of reviews are there. Finally they give acceptance, then go to the post conference. That means they ask and call for mm, full paper or camera ready paper. Then plagiarism also check, there are some cases 30%, 20%, SCA also looking for below 10%, like 8% like this. And content review, aims and goals and objectives also there, and log based review, and coherent grammar check, and vocabulary also check. Finally the process are accepted by the accepted journal office, and significant reviews and copy editing and proofreading finally comes under publication. Journals recommended in each article finally comes under publication way. I know if you want to publish your article through conference approach, the conference approach through ISBN, book chapter, book, whatever it may be, through uh, through this ISBN. Here ISBN generally categorized into two types, ISBN 10 and ISBN 13. You know that here ISBN 10, ISBN 13. Here ISBN generally ISBN called as internationally standard book number, either 10 or 13. 10 is older version, 13 is latest version. Here below 1970 ISBN 10 widely used. After that 2017, after that 2007 ISBN was used starting in January 2007. Why? Because January, why because article, why because ISBN 10, ISBN 13 used. Why? Because after that so many significant changes are required, either publication policy or copy editing, either COP rules, whatever it may be. Based on their copyright policy, automatically the system already upgraded. I ISBN 10 has 10 digits, while ISBN 13 has 13 digits, and ISBN 13 was developed to make room for additional books since ISBN 10 was not enough. That means volume 1, volume 2. Yes, the most flexible environment ISBN 13 is volume 1, volume 2, volume 3, like this. And while both their latest digits are their check digits, they are computationally differently. These are barcodes. Okay, you know that ISBN have 5 parts, namely prefix and postfix. Prefix generally 978, 979 denotes that in industry here book publishing the group identifier for the language and country, and publisher code and item number for the book title and check digit. Here know that ISBN totally 13 digits, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Here ISBN 10 digit book publication. ISBN here first two digits are group, publication group, who are publisher. The latter 4 digits are publisher. Latter 3 digits are title, textbook title or conference proceeding title, and finally check digit, series digit. And this is the AN group and publisher and title. This is the structure of the ISBN way. You know that characteristics of ISBN 10 and ISBN 13 system. In ISBN 10 is the older system. ISBN 13 as publisher were running out number, they are introducing new version ISBN 13. Why? Because book series are there, then widely used in ISBN 13. It is the most significant useful to publishers along with the authors also. They identified easily through one ISBN number. Okay. Next, conference proceedings. Conference proceedings, citation, indexing, evaluation process. This is the conference citation evaluation process. Initial stage, quality criteria, and successful outcome and unsuccessful outcomes. If you are sending your article, initial stage, proceeding title, proceeding publisher, publishing year, conference title, date, location, DOI number, paper number, or continuous pagination, and content access, content details. These are verified through indexing evaluation process. It is either good platform or not, either conference proceedings or not, what are maybe. These are initially checks. Laterally the publication comes editorial stage. Editorial stage based on various factors, papers, titles and abstract in English or any other language, bibliography information or Roman script or any font as there, proceedings papers are there, or conference proceedings or general proceedings and book proceedings, whatever may be, clarity of language, which language they are publishing articles, either English or English or what it may be. Some of the Telugu language also there. Some of the Telugu and English and any other articles are there. Nearly 6,000 languages are there. Journals are there. 6,000 language journals are there. And website functionality and formatting and template and editorial website means general website and conference template, general template, editorial policy. They must uh, they must accept either publication, editorial office affiliation details, author affiliation details, and committee affiliation details, and who are editor details, either publication through conference, editors like this. Recently, we are going to the artificial intelligence and security and communication international conference, along with ICML BD also there. Next, editorial evaluation. Finally, evaluate the and after that editorial trace, finally go to the editorial evaluation. Based on editorial evaluation committee composition, either validate statements like these things are good or not, finally verifies these things are good, then sponsoring details and funding resources and peer review process is good or not, any manipulations are done, either registration complete or not, either proofreading are complete or not, affiliation is complete or not, either any distribution publication distribution is disturbing or not, or it may be. After that, finally appears come successful. After completion of 3 stages, finally comes under successful outcomes. Then start editorial stage. Then finally come start editorial evaluation. Then finally enters CPCS. Then come finally outcome like online publication outcome. If there any three, in this case any three things are not done in successful manner, then then immediately go through and unsuccessful outcomes. These are failed initial stage, failed in a eternal stage, and failed eternal evaluation. Whatever it may be, which case they are if they fail, then automatically enter process or not come to finalize. Then if you want publication comes under ISBN through lecture notes and conference paper, conference book, and whatever it may be. The indexing comes under Clarity Analysis Book Citation Indexed. This comes under Web of Science Group. Yearly Clarity Analysis Web of Science Group, either ESI, SCI, and whatever it may be. Some books, conference books indexing by elsewhere Scopus. Whatever it may be, this process are going on. Next, and publication comes. Journal timeline. If you want to submit your paper in